Hi all, welcome to our virtual college exploration for California students. My name is Brenda and I am here to go ahead and get this started for y'all. So here on our screen you can see that if you want to ask any questions, you can go ahead and use the Q&A button to type your questions and our presenter will answer them at the end of the presentation. If you want to sign up for more sessions, you can go ahead and go on to college2careerfairsconnect.org and sign up for more of our sessions throughout today and tomorrow. Your camera and microphone are off, so we cannot hear or see you. So go ahead and use that Q&A button. And then this session is being recorded and will be available in about a week on the website. So if you want to review anything that our panelists is saying, go ahead and come back onto the website in about a week. And I'm going to go ahead and give this off to our panelists.
All right. Hi, everybody. My name is Jordan. I am the admissions representative with the University of Health Sciences and Pharmacy in St. Louis. So I know that's kind of a lot to say, so we go by UHSP, and we are located in St. Louis, Missouri, pretty much as close to downtown as you can get without being downtown. I want to start off with just some general information about our school. So we're small, we like it that way. We have a little over 1,000 students total enrollment. So that's undergraduate and professional students. We recently went through a name change. So we, for 150 years or over 150 years, have been St. Louis College of Pharmacy. So all we did was pharmacy, and it was a professional program. And that school is still very much alive and well. We just started offering other undergraduate healthcare related degrees, and so we wanted our name to reflect that. And so our name is kind of an umbrella, and then underneath the university name is the College of Arts and Sciences, which houses our undergraduate degrees, and then the St. Louis College of Pharmacy. So depending on which route you're going to go for a degree, just depends on, the direction you're going to go as well. So for our student body, we are represented by 28 different states and 22 different countries. So even though we're small, we come from a lot of different places. And we actually are 62% female and 38% male. We typically, on average, our classes are pretty small. It's about 10 students to one professor. So that is on average, you, depending on the class, could be with more students than that. It just kind of depends. If you are going the route of your professional pharmacy program, you're going to have a lot more students than that. But all of our labs cap off at 25. So you'll never be in a lab that has a ton of students in it. Just for the student profile that we brought in for this year is a 24 to a 29 for the middle 50% of the ACT range. Of course, we do accept students with ACT or SAT. We accept both scores above and below. So it doesn't really matter. That's just kind of the middle 50%. Our average GPA is also about a 3.6, but again, we accept students with both below and above. So pretty much, as our name says, anything in regards to healthcare and or medicine, we're going to have a degree for you. So we have 6 undergraduate majors, 3 pharmacy pathways, 2 graduate programs, and 4 advanced opportunities, which are pretty much like plus programs. If you are not familiar with the St. Louis area, it is kind of broken up into a lot of different neighborhoods, but it's also really well known for its medical facilities. There are quite a few very highly ranked different campuses, hospitals, research centers, kind of all in that general area that are around St. Louis. And we are located in the middle of Washington University's medical campus. And if you're not familiar with WashU, which is what we call it, it's ranked within, I think, the top 10 or 15 best medical schools in the entire United States. So it's very well known, very reputable, and they pretty much surround 3/4 of our campus. Here is just a map to kind of show you where we're located and what's all around our area. So like I mentioned, being pretty much in the middle of a medical campus, our buildings are 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So We're small in size, but we're also small in kind of campus, but it feels a lot bigger than it is because we are located in that medical community. This number 6 over here, everything that's around all of this side is pretty much the medical school. There are also Children's Hospital, which is highly ranked, which you can see from our campus, and then Barnes-Jewish Hospital is 14th or 15th best hospital in the United States, and they are pretty much anywhere that WashU's medical campus isn't. So lots and lots of facilities. We also have a cancer research center right next door to us as well. So it is very beneficial for students, for our students, because all of the students that are coming to our school are doing something within healthcare or medicine. So, you know, there's lots of traffic that goes through our campus to get to all of these facilities, and it really allows for students to connect and network and all of that kinds of good stuff. So healthcare in general is an amazing area to get into because by like 2028, give or take a couple years, there's supposed to be about 1.9 million new job opportunities just within healthcare alone. And, you know, I kind of use the pandemic as an example that no matter, you know, in all of this situation where people were losing their jobs, you kind of have to look at those who had their jobs. And that pretty much came down to anything within healthcare or medicine. So, you know, job security is really great. You're always going to be able to find a job. So it's always something that you have to think about as well. And you can just see there's just scratching the surface of some of the opportunities that you can do with the degrees that we have. So this first set of bullet points is pretty much anything in regards to healthcare in general. And then the second bullet point area is for pharmacy specifically. And if you have questions, please, you know, send them through into the chat and I will ask them at the end. And I'll just kind of go through everything. So send your questions on as I talk. All right, so for our College of Arts and Sciences, this is our undergraduate degrees. Global Health is a Bachelor's of Arts. So it's kind of what's going on in the world right now. If you're interested in working in, you know, for like the CDC or WHO, you want to work with epidemics, you want to do social justice, public health, equity, any of that types of kind of careers are going to pair really well with the Global Health degree. Medical Humanities is what I kind of like to call an umbrella degree because there is so many things that you can do within healthcare with a medical humanities degree and lots of different emphases. So you can see there's an interdisciplinary studies in healthcare communication. You can also do like a biology emphasis. So there's lots of different options. You can do hospital administration, you can do health psychology, nursing. I mean, the list just kind of goes on and on. Anything that you want to do on the liberal arts side of healthcare is going to go with medical humanities. Biomedical science is going to be kind of that quote unquote pre-med degree. You are going to have a lot of different kind of courses in biomedicine that you would not have in pre-med because it is just a little bit more specific to that medical side of biology. But if you're wanting to do a doctor of any way, shape, or form, biomed's going to be the route you want to go. We also have a nursing program. It's a partnership. So Barnes-Jewish Hospital that I mentioned earlier, they created their own college that's specific for nursing, and they are located right across the sidewalk from us, and they are one building, so they don't have any on-campus housing. So what the benefit is that students come to us for the first 2 years, do their pre-coursework, and then go to Goldfarb for the next 2 years, and then so it's a 4-year program. They come out with a Bachelor's of Science in Nursing, and they can stay in our on our campus housing the full 4 years if they would like. So a lot of Goldfarb students come over and use our dining facilities and just kind of hang out in this area, regardless if they started with us or not. So we have two other ones that are both pharmacy kind of based. Pharmaceutical chemistry, it's pretty much a chemistry degree, even though it does have pharmaceutical in the name. It's going to cater a little bit more to that pharmaceutical side, but it's chemistry. So if you want to do anything within research or work in a lab, or maybe you are interested in like the drug development, drug design side of pharmacy, pharm chem is going to be the best route to go. And then pharmaceutical sciences is just the patient side. So this kind of also could get paired if you wanted to be a doctor. It gives you kind of a different, edge because it is something that's not pre-med or biomed. It's going to be, something that kind of stands out a little bit different, but this is also the degree that we pair with our integrated bachelor's degree with our PharmD degree that I'm actually going to talk about next. So if you're wanting to go the pharmacy route specifically, we do have three pathways, but if you're coming straight out of high school or you're transferring from another institution, we have a 6-year or a 7-year. The 4-year program that you see is pretty much just for students who've already completed full 2 years worth of coursework or have their bachelor's degree already completed. So the 6-year and the 7-year is pretty much the route you're going to want to take. The 6-year is 2 years worth of pre-pharmacy courses. So it's going to lay the foundation of those courses that you'd be taking while you're in the professional program. And then the 7-year is that integrated bachelor's degree. So we actually condense that pharmaceutical science degree into 3 years. And then you go into the PharmD. So no matter what, no matter how you do it, a PharmD is gonna take you 4 years. It just depends on what you do beforehand. And of course, I always get the question of what's the difference, like what's the benefit of either one. The 6-year obviously is gonna be a year less, so it's gonna save you time and money. But 7-year has that bachelor's degree. So it's going to, you're gonna take a lot of different classes that you would take just by doing pre-pharm courses. So it's going to make you well-rounded and just more marketable whenever you're graduated and trying to find a job. We also do have some competitive residency programs that are super beneficial if you are trying to do something very specific within pharmacy. The residency programs will have you come out with a higher job placement rate as well as a higher salary than those who don't. And then other programs that we offer, this is graduate studies and advanced opportunities. So we have a master's in global health and equity, which kind of coincides to that global health undergrad degree. And then master's in medicinal chemistry, which coincides to that pharmaceutical chemistry degree. And so you can see I did say it's pending its final approval. It actually did get approved. So both of these are available for fall 2021, and it is something that you can do, continue on with those undergraduate degrees. We do have a partnership with A.T. Still University. It's a Missouri School of Dentistry and Oral Health. And that is, they actually reserve 3 interview spots for our students. So it is a pretty neat option to go through because we pretty much prep you into getting into the dental program. We also have a PharmD with an integrated MBA, which means that you're doing it at the same time. So if you're interested in maybe running your own pharmacy or doing consulting or something along the business side of pharmacy, you can actually get your Master's of Business Administration while you're also getting your PharmD degree. And then we do have an occupational therapy and a physical therapy program. This is also a PUSH partnership. So it's with Washington University's medical school. And so for occupational therapy, it's a 3+2 for a master's degree, meaning you do 3 years with us, 2 years with them. And then a 3+3 for the doctorate, meaning you do 3 years with us, 3 years with them. And then the physical therapy is a 4+3. So you do a full 4 years with us and then 3 years at WashU. And for the physical therapy program, they reserve 3 spaces for our students. You do have to meet a set requirement and complete, like an interview process, but that's what coming to us benefits you because if you know that that's what you want to do from the time that you're our first year student, our advisors and professors are going to help prep you to make sure that you are meeting those requirements. And both of those programs, OT and PT, usually pair with the biomedical science as an undergraduate. All right, so for our high schoolers, we do accept dual credit. You have to have at least a B minus in order for us to give you that credit. And then of course we do accept AP and IB courses. The list that you see here, if you are taking a course that you don't see listed, it doesn't mean that we don't give you credit. It just means it's going to be a free elective. So what you see on this slide is pretty much all of those that if you have at least a 4 on the AP or a 6 on your IB, then you're going to get credit for that. That may take place of one of those like introductory classes. And with our introductory classes, I want to tell you that we do all of our introductory courses, our general education courses are taught through a healthcare lens. So, you know, if you're not taking like a British literature class, not that it's not important, it just, if you know you're wanting to do something in healthcare, not necessarily needed. So your Englishes, your speeches, your histories, all of those courses are going to be taught through a healthcare or medicine-based lens. So it's going to be related to the degree that you are going through. All right, so we have a lot of other stuff going on. So it's, you know, academics are obviously really important, but you also have to love the school that you're at. Like I said, we're small, but we have a lot of big school type of opportunities. I think we're kind of the best of both worlds because we do have, you know, those small classes, but then you step outside of the buildings and you're surrounded by this medical campus. We also have Forest Park, which is a huge, well-known park in St. Louis, and it's about a 7-minute walk from our campus, and they have the St. Louis Zoo. There's the Muni, which is like musicals, Broadways, that kind of situations. They have the Art Museum, History Museum. There's always like festivals and food trucks and all of this kinds of stuff going on in this park, and it's 7 minutes to walk to this park. So there's always lots of restaurants, lots of really fun, cool things that are going on outside of our campus. But on our campus specifically, we are in an IA Division I, so we do have athletic scholarships available. You can see a list of the teams that we have. We do not have football or swimming, but all of the others we pretty much have, and we did introduce esports this year, which is pretty exciting. We also have close to 70 different student organizations and clubs. So you can see just a couple things that we have. Of course, we have like Student Government Association and Campus Activities Board. So we have a lot of the organizations that most schools have, but we also have a lot of different organizations that some schools don't, specifically those that are in relation to professional organizations or like Doctors Without Borders, lots of pharmacy-based, lots of, you know, OT, PTs, different things of that nature. But we also have some random fun things too. So we have a films critic club, we have an adventure club, which is all about, you know, like hiking and rock climbing and stuff like that. And then if you want to create a club that we don't have, it is very, very easy. So that number is constantly growing, and we definitely encourage our students to create any type of club that they want. We also, if you're not wanting to do athletics on a competitive level, we do have close to or over 10 different intramural and club sports. We have like a ping pong club. I think we have a roller hockey club. So there's lots of really fun things in that nature as well. And then we do have performing arts. So we do have a theater program, a couple different music. So we have like concert band, jazz club, a couple different ensembles. So lots of things that you can do on that route. And then we are very community service based with our school. So you can see just a couple of things that our students, faculty and staff participate in. So we all kind of do it together. And that is something that we hold pretty highly here. All right, if you're interested in research, we are a wonderful school to do that at. So we're actually ranked #1 in funding among private pharmacy schools, and then 25 in funding among all pharmacy schools. Even though it says pharmacy specifically, it doesn't really matter. If you're interested in doing research in a not pharmacy specific area, you can do that. And the cool thing is, because we are small, you can do that as a first year student, which is going to look really great on your resume, knowing that you started out as a first year and continued your research on through the entire time that you're a student with us. So we do have over 400 students that do present in all sorts of different symposiums and conferences and stuff of that nature as well. So definitely lots to do and a lot of opportunities to be able to do that. All right, so campus living, we have 2 different resident halls. So the North Resident Hall are for our underclassmen. I kind of describe them as Jack and Jill style. So there's 2 bedrooms that are connected by a bathroom. You can have a single room or a double, doesn't really matter, you get your choice. But no matter what, you will always be sharing a bathroom with somebody or some buddies. And then the South Resident Hall is for upperclassmen. This is typically they're like apartment style, and there's lots of varieties that you can do. So you can have a kitchenette, you can have a living room, you can have one or the other, both, and then you can have anywhere from your own room all the way to 3 other roommates. So lots of options there. And then you can see just some of the amenities that go with both of the resident halls. And then, of course, we have a dining hall. It's buffet style, so there's like 6 different stations. Some of them are the same, some of them change. A grab and go section, always kind of lots of good food. And then we do have a Chick-fil-A and Starbucks on campus as well, and you can use your meal plan. And then your meal plan does work based off of where you are living. So it's kind of related to like a monetary value. And if you have questions about that, put them in the chat and I'll answer them at the end. And then, of course, we do have a really awesome fitness center. Pretty new, lots of really modern type of like equipment and facilities. So. All right, student support services, we pretty much have anything that you can think of when it comes to this. Academic support is a huge thing at our school. Tutoring is not a taboo. You're kind of in the minority if you're not taking part in tutoring. Students pretty much use it as extra study sessions, like group sessions, just extra study time. Our students are really academic focused, so they do kind of lean on each other a lot. It's not a very competitive environment. It's more, let's do this together so we can get through it. And so there's lots of different advising, coaching, peer mentoring, all types of different academic support in that area. And then the writing center is really awesome. They will, anything from just proofreading to writing a whole research paper with you to, looking over your resume. They even work with you about speeches. So they'll help you write a speech, or they will actually help with your communication skills. So they kind of cover a whole broad area. The Center for Career Services and Education is really awesome. They pretty much help you find a job, right? So if you take advantage of all of the resources that they have, you are going to be set. They have a job scan where they can match your resume to the job description and make sure that they pair up, so that way your resume gets through like the computerized system. They have like a interview recording thing, so you can go through a practice interview and it will grade you and tell you what you need to do better on. There's lots of different websites that they have that can help you find jobs all over the United States. So definitely something to pretty much take advantage of as soon as you get into school. Mental health is obviously really important, so we do have a counseling center. And then we do have an Office of Diversity and Inclusion. We have, like I said earlier, students from all over both the United States and the world. We have quite a few international students, and so they're always doing something. There's a multicultural center, the spirituality center. They do lots of different events and programs, so there's a lot that does come out of that office. Okay, so scholarships and financial aid, always the topic, or the most popular topic. We do, of course, have merit-based scholarships. They are pretty much granted at the time of your admission. So if you apply and get accepted, you're also finding out what that scholarship is. We do it in a holistic view. So, merit-based is usually about your GPA and your test scores. We are test optional this year, because I know a lot of seniors didn't get the chance, or current seniors didn't get the chance to take it when they're juniors. Most schools, I think, are pretty much that way, but so we kind of had to change, obviously, the way that we award scholarships with that. So we do it in a holistic view, which is how we have reviewed students for admission purposes as well. And I'll actually talk about that in a little bit, but so that's kind of how scholarships work. It's a big range when it comes to what that scholarship could be. There are scholars programs, so 4 different scholar programs: Founders Leadership, Undergraduate Research, Community Service, and Music. This is a separate application process, not due until like February. I like scholars programs because it allows you to continue to do something that you're really interested in doing while still getting money for it. And the money that you get by doing a scholars program is actually added on top of whatever scholarship that you received on an academic standpoint. So it's just a way to win or earn pretty much extra money. We also, I'm not sure if you guys have heard about Raise Me. It's a pretty cool website. Usually you take this on as like an underclassman, so like a sophomore or junior, but it's just a way to earn like micro scholarships. So it's not always a ton of money, but little amounts can add up. So you can get scholarships for your grades, for what you participate in, for visiting a school, for all sorts of different things. So you can definitely look us up on that if you're interested. And then FAFSA opened today, so if you're a senior, definitely make sure that you get on that. And then we do, so once we get your financial aid information, our financial aid office will do one-on-one counseling sessions with you and your family to walk you through your financial aid package, and we do as well. So either way, you can definitely get kind of just like an individualized personal communication with somebody that's going to help walk you guys through that. Just some quick facts: about 97% of our students do receive some type of aid, and the average scholarship for our first-year students is around $17,000. So, it kind of, like I said, there's a pretty big range about what you can get, but that's on average the amount. And then we are actually ranked, based off of a study that was done last year, ranked #1 in the nation for return on investment, which is really important because obviously if you're putting a lot of money into the school that you're going to, you want it to benefit you in the long run. And so this is basically saying that in a 15 to 20 year time frame, the investment that you're putting in for a bachelor's degree is going to pay off, which is, pretty much what you need to look for in a school. All right, so then we do have, like I said, a holistic review process. So we don't have any application process or application fees, and we do a holistic review process, meaning that we'll look at your cumulative GPA, your math and science GPA. If you have test scores, send them in. If you don't, we ask for some recommendation letters, maybe an essay. So we kind of take everything into consideration. And most of everything is electronic. So you pretty much just, make your student portal, upload everything to there, and then we take it from there. Early decision and early action. So I'm not sure if you guys know the difference. Early decision is pretty much saying that the school you're applying to as early decision is your first choice. And if you get accepted there, that's the school you're going to go to. And then early action is pretty much saying that we're a top choice, but you're keeping your options open. And then that date to apply by is the deadline is December 1st. So if you are wanting to apply early, obviously the earlier the better. Make sure you get it in by December 1st. And then regular decision would be deadline of March 1st. We do have discovery packs for our early applicants, and those are pretty much just fun bags filled with a lot of cool you know, like merch and cool free things, and free stuff is always fun. So definitely, if you're interested in applying, do it early so you can get something out of it. We do have a lot of ways for students to experience campus. So we do have a couple preview days that are coming up this semester. We have 3 Saturdays from now that is from 10 to 2, and it's virtual. All of our preview days this year are virtual, so we definitely encourage you guys to sign up for it. You can stay for the whole time. We'll send out an itinerary or a schedule so you can see, you know, what sessions are when, and you can just hop in on the sessions that you're interested in. So kind of doing it virtually does allow for that flexibility there. We also have lab discovery days. We are doing some in person and then some that you can do at home. So if you are interested in doing this, we kind of definitely let me know. We can sign you up for it because it's really cool to be able to do like a hands-on lab. And then we do virtual visits, of course, individual, and we also have a lot of information sessions. So different types of, you know, like different speakers and presenters to give you just a feel of how our campus is in general. So if you're wanting to know about some area of campus specifically, you can let me know, and I can let you know like when we're doing that session so you can hop in on. All right, and again, my name is Jordan. So I am the undergraduate admissions representative that works with students from California. So if you guys have questions, need help with anything, I am here to help in any way that I possibly can. I'll leave the screen up just for a couple minutes if you guys want to jot down my email address. If you are a senior, I encourage you to check out our website, you know, set up a virtual visit with me and fill out an application, and we can definitely have a further conversation about our school. So if you have questions, I know I finished a little bit early, so if you have questions, put them in the chat. I'm happy to address them. And I'm really glad that you guys are all here to listen to me, so I really do appreciate you spending some time to join in. And if you need anything, like I said, please don't hesitate to let me know. All right, hopefully everybody got that. All right, if anybody has questions, please put them in. So I have a question of if it's possible to view the slides after the meeting ends. Absolutely. If you jotted down my email address, you can just shoot me an email and I am happy to send the slideshow to you. By all means, I absolutely can do that 100%. Also got a question about study abroad. That is a wonderful question. So we do have, it's dependent upon if you do pharmacy or not. So for anything outside of pharmacy, we do have international like service opportunities. So there are quite a few different places that you can go. So it's kind of like a, not necessarily study abroad for a full like semester or a full year, but it's like you take a class and get to go somewhere and then do something while you're at that place and then get credit for the class, or doing it over the summer. So there are a lot of different opportunities of that nature. And then if you are interested in the pharmacy route specifically, during your professional year 4, so the last year that you are in the professional program, you actually can do rotations. And you'll have to do rotations, but those rotations you can do internationally if you would like. And those are specific. They're in a certain amount of weeks, but you can go to pretty much anywhere that we have opportunities internationally. And we have like the 2nd or 3rd most international options when it comes to rotations for pharmacy schools. So. A couple of these I'm going to type out and answer privately. So if you have more questions, like I said, just keep sending them my way and I am happy to answer them. If you don't have any questions and you're ready to hop off, by all means, I don't want to keep you here. So send me your questions if you have them. If not, like I said, I do really appreciate you hopping on and listening. Hopefully you have my email, so that way if you do have questions in the future, you can contact me and I'm happy to help direct you any way that I possibly can. So thanks so much for everyone being here. I really appreciate it. All right, I don't see any other questions coming in, so I think that might be all. I'll keep the chat box open. I'll go ahead and let our facilitator, I know she has a presentation to kind of go through, but I'll keep the chat box open just in case if there's a question before we end.
All right, thank you so much for the presentation. So there's going to be a quick survey after you close this window for question survey. We appreciate any feedback. Go ahead and sign up for more sessions if you'd like. We have more today and tomorrow. And then this recording will be available in about a week on the College2Career Connect.org website. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to be here for a couple more minutes, see if you guys have any other questions. And we're pretty much done. Thank you so much to our panelists.
All right, I don't think there are any other questions. So I think that's pretty much it for me. Like I said, do appreciate if anybody's still hanging around that you were here, and you have my contact information. So do not hesitate to reach out if you need anything.
Okay, we're going to go ahead and end this session. Thank you so much, Jordan.
Yes, thank you. It was nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
All right, bye-bye.